Hello everyone, welcome to Bond Bytes, daily bond market highlights from INR bonds. I am Nikhil. In today's market highlights, the European central bank policymakers are in a very tough situation ahead of their policy meeting. Given that, from the last policy meeting which they had and the upcoming policy meeting, so many things have changed economically and as well as politically. From the latest update, the Russia has cut down the Nord Stream 1 gas supply to Germany due to the maintenance issue. To get the supply back on track, they would require the parts from the Western countries. Currently, as you are aware of the Ukraine and Russia war, the Western countries, the Canada and Canada and the USA have imposed sanctions on Russia. So until unless they lift the sanctions, they won't be able to import the parts which would be required to get the Nord Stream 1 serviced. Till the time European countries would face sharp rise in gas prices, as the Russia is the key sole supplier of gas to Europe, especially the Germany. The major corporate companies, the chemical companies and all would see some kind of shortage in the power and as well as shortage in their production levels, and manufacturing utilization levels would fall due to the lower power supply. Not only this, currently Europe is seeing a sharp rise in temperatures, which would increase in use of air conditioners and other appliances, which would increase the demand for electricity. So, given the situation, the policymakers, the ECB policymakers, are in a very tough situation, whether they should go for a sharper rate hike to contain the inflation, or they should go gradually, slowly, in order till the time the economic situation comes back to normalcy, and by taking the higher inflation levels. We have to wait and watch what they would do. But what we see is this situation would cut the pace of aggressive rate hikes by the policymakers. Before we go to the other further highlights of the markets, I would request you to check out our Quick Invest app by INR Bonds, which is available on both App Store and Play Store, where you can access our curated list of bonds. Also, where Mr. Arjun Parthasarathi is hosting a Zoom call on 27th July 2022 at 4 p.m. He will discuss about the market scenarios and as well as which bonds to invest and which bonds not to invest in, given the market, the recession risk and as well as the default risk is rising. Do join in. The registration link is given in the description below. Click on that and register yourself.
It was a tough journey going from an intern to a senior professional. Now, to protect my savings against high inflation and grow my wealth, I invest in bonds with INR Bonds. Download the INR Bonds app to save better.
Coming back to the market highlights, today Gsec yields are up at 744 levels, and Sensex and Nifty is up sharply, and USD INR pair is slightly closed positive, slightly lower than the 52-week close, and as well as the global markets. The USD level is at 3%. The European bonds, German bonds are slightly higher. And in the private placement space, Canara Bank issues perps worth of 200 billion at 8.24%. Thank you for listening in. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done so. Thank you.